What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right, so today we're going to talk to a YouTube friend of mine. Yes, I've come to call her my YouTube friend. Now, she's a very generous, kind young lady. She made a video where she went in with a bag at the Cadillac Ranch and picked up all the cans and lids that everybody's thrown away, and she drug that out. She has her little, I think she calls it Trail Angels, where she goes along the Appalachian Trail, and she has food with her, and she feeds it to through hikers as they're coming through. So I will have to warn you that it wasn't a good day for the internet that day. We had a bad connection, lots of issues. It even cut out in the middle, and we had to reconnect and everything. So this was a little shaky, a little choppy. It's not in sync. It's jittery, but I did the best I can. I had to post it because it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I think you guys will too. What's up, blind viewers? I have a treat today. I have someone that I call my YouTube friend. We've been chit-chatting back and forth. I've been watching her videos, and I like her stuff. I like watching her progress, and I think you guys are going to enjoy her too. So, yep, here we go. It is Lola from Lost on Land again. What's up, Lola?
Hey, BlindViews. Hey, blind viewers.
Now, as you guys can see, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I think she might be a Kiss fan.
I might be a little bit of a collector, yeah.
Just a little bit. All right. Awesome. I was a Kiss fanatic myself. I have my little Kiss poster back there. Let's see, where is it? There, from the concert. A little live thing way back there. All right. So, I guess we'll start out with the first thing is, I guess we call you, or how do you define yourself? A part-time van dweller in training?
Exactly. I'm a van dweller in training, and I just have a lot of fun going camping in my van. But, yeah, I'm not a full-timer.
Very cool. What made you get into that?
Well, I've always been into camping and outdoors and stuff. For years, I was a tent camper. Then for a couple of years, I was camping in my SUV. And then it just seemed like the natural progression to move on into a van. And I am loving it. Love the ease of just hopping in and leaving without having to pack up a bunch of camping gear.
Yeah, it seems like in your videos, it seems like you really have fun and enjoy yourself. Do you plan on, well, I guess you work, so you go whenever you have time. So that's why you're part-time. Is that correct?
Right, correct. I have a full-time job, yeah, but I do get a lot of vacation time and quite a bit of early Fridays, so I make the most of it.
Nice. So do you plan in the future on going full-time, or haven't decided yet?
Well, yep, I haven't decided yet. That's kind of why I'm training, and what I've kind of learned from all this is kind of enjoy having a home base. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I do love to travel. I can see myself doing it more full time than I am now, for sure.
Nice. I did see you did your little videos. I guess a little progression there when you were kind of experimenting with kind of full time life, looking for places to park along the streets and stuff like that. How did that? How did you find that?
Well, I found that I'm not an urban van dweller. I like to go camping, have a campfire and sit out under the stars. I'm not much for pulling up in a Walmart. Nope, that's not for me.
Not for you. Not for you. So did the van life start the YouTube? The YouTube start the van life? How did the whole YouTube thing come about?
Right. Well, I've always had a camera in my hand since I was a little girl, so I've always taken a ton of pictures. So I ended up going to the Travelers Camp Fest in 2016, and I met up with a whole bunch of YouTubers, and they were all just real encouraging. They're like, "Well, hey, you have a camera, go ahead and put it on YouTube." So that was when I put out my first YouTube video, and it's been fun. I found out it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I kind of feel the same way. After the eyes went and I could no longer work, I was like, what can I do? And I was a YouTube viewer, and I was like, why can't I give that a shot? You know, it is pretty fun.
Yeah, I love all the people I've met too. I've met some of the greatest friends. A lot of really cool people because of YouTube. So that's kind of why I stick with it mostly, is for the cool friends and people I met.
Yeah, you do meet a lot of pretty cool people on here. I mean, well, we met, we've been chatting and became what I like to say YouTube friends, and it's pretty cool. You do meet some nice people on here. Is there anybody in the YouTube world that you watch for, I don't know, maybe inspiration, or like kind of just watch for guidance and stuff like that for your van life?
Yeah, Adventure Van Man. He's probably my go-to guy. He's lived in his van for years, and he's very interesting. You got to check him out if you haven't. But yeah, and there's other ones too. My friend the Dan Van. He's going full time in his van, and watch people like that. Frugal RV Gal, and yeah, there's quite a few channels I follow a lot. Nomadic Fanatic.
That's cool. Do you think that the YouTubers, all these people doing the YouTube channels about RV life and van life and everything, do you think that kind of put a spotlight on it and gets a lot more people interested? Do you think it has any kind of effect on it at all?
Well, I don't think so, because I was a viewer way before I ever created a video. But I was Googling that sort of thing because I was interested in it. And I started Googling van builds and things like that. But if I wasn't interested in it, then I would have been Googling makeup or cooking videos or something. And that's what would be coming up if I suggested it. So I
Gotcha.
don't think, I don't think people would stumble on it. I think they already have an interest if they're going in there at all. So I know I did.
That's a very good point. I mean, I'm an old blind guy living in sticks and bricks, as you guys say, and I mean, like I said, it didn't just pop up my suggestion. I was thinking about it, so I started Googling and looking and seeing, hey, what's this Class A, Class C, Class B? What is all this crap? And what's the difference between a travel trailer and a fifth wheel? I don't know. So I started looking and seeing what all this was. Same with black tank, gray tank. What is that? So that's how I started. And then I just started watching some of these personalities, and it kind of got me sucked in, almost like a soap opera or something,
Yes, I do know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so do you when you watch YouTube channel, do you watch it for, I don't know, let's say, is it more for the content? Does the personality grab you more? Does the I don't want to say production, but I'll say quality, or is it a combination of both, or what kind of keeps you watching someone?
Well, yeah, I think it is a combination of all of them. But yeah, of course, a quality video is easier to watch, but yeah, you do get to know them. You feel like you get to know these people, and you want to find out what happens next. So definitely that has something to do with it too. But I have a wide variety of videos I watch, so it's not all about van dwelling and stuff like that anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. I know I watch a lot of stuff too. Everybody thinks because I talk about the RVers and the van dwellers and the nomads, I guess, they think that's about the only thing I watch. But yeah, I watch all kinds of stuff. I mean, YouTube's a great place. I mean, it's an awesome place. I used to just fire it up and go, how do you anything, how do you mud drywall? How do you cut a miter how do you do, how do you change a spark plug? How do you, and watch videos. It's easier to watch someone than just read a book.
Exactly. Yep, I do that all the time. Exactly.
So what kind of other stuff are you interested in? Do you watch like music or just a wide variety of stuff, or what kind of stuff do you watch?
I find myself falling down rabbit holes of whatever I'm interested in that week. But right now it's big gardening season out there, so a lot of times I'll get interested in watching some of these gardeners and see what they're doing, which is completely off the wall. But yeah, it just depends on what I'm interested in that week, and that's what I'll start watching. And so yeah.
Oh my, yeah, rabbit hole. You hit that nail on the head, man. I hit them rabbit holes, and I always wonder how in the hell did I get here? I just start watching stuff, and then it's just like, whoa, yeah, you gotta shake it off sometimes. All right, so you attended the RTR this year. How did you find that experience?
It was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. It was very cool. It was very pretty. I enjoyed the weather, and I enjoyed just hanging out in the desert, and I didn't think it was going to be as pretty as it was. And then I didn't camp right in the middle of the RTR. We were down a ways, so we had a lot of space in our own little area. And so I hung out with close friends, and so that was the best part about it.
That's awesome. I noticed you met a few YouTubers that I know. So did you meet a lot of YouTubers? I'm sure they were everywhere.
Well, I know some of them from past. I've met Eric a few times and a couple of those guys, but I got to meet your Carolyn, and that was very cool. So it was
Nice.
very. Yep, I got to meet quite a few people. Irene's Van Ventures, a lot of the little, a lot of channels out there that I've been watching for years. So that was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Now, sometimes the RTR gets a bad rap. Some people love it. Some people hate it. It doesn't seem like there's too many people that are in the middle. A lot of us sideline quarterbacks, we have our opinions, and we hear stories, and oh, they do this and they do that. I mean, did you, from when I talked to you, you didn't see any of that wild stuff like people dumping their tanks in the washes and all that stuff, did you?
No, in fact, we saw one piece of trash the whole time we were there. And I attribute a lot of that, well, everybody's in the like mind of you want to keep your land nice so they'll let you come back. But, and then the porta potties that they had set up, that was helpful, I'm sure, for, all kinds of reasons. And it was well done. Bob did a good job with it this year.
Well, yeah, I guess he had some past experience. Looks like this year was quite a bit more people than there was last year, from what I gather from everyone.
Well, it was really hard to gauge because right on the other side of the RTR was another huge gathering, the Explorers or something, and then on the other side was another huge gathering of like 1,000 people in each one of those, and so it was really hard to tell where one started and the other one ended. To be honest.
Yeah, I heard the Escapees was one of the groups, wasn't it?
Right, right, and that was a huge group of huge RVs, and yeah, there was all kinds of gatherings out there going on all over the desert.
Did you guys kind of like intermingle, or did everybody kind of stay in their own little clumps, or did they travel through and say hey, or?
A few of them traveled through to say hey, mostly because of the YouTubers, I think, to meet up with, to say hi to them. So if those people got counted in as the number of people at RTR, then I can see why it had such a huge number.
Yeah, yeah. Now I also saw that oh, excuse me, that you received a little gift, and then you got some instructions on how to use that little gift. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I did. That was one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me, and they took me by complete surprise. Jason and Candace from Camping with the Kellys, they told me to come over to their camper that they had a surprise for me. Well, I didn't know, what it would be. Well, they gave me a drone. I was completely shocked. I was blown away, and I was just, I didn't know what to do. So, turns out it was the exact same model as Eric from Nomadic Fanatic. That's what he flies. So I asked him if he could schedule me in a little flight lesson, and he was kind enough to, teach me how to fly it. So that was very, very fun.
That
Very awesome.
that is awesome, and I have noticed since the RTR that your your production and your editing and even watching you your drone skills improve. It's pretty fun to watch. It's actually pretty cool to watch people when they get new toys and they start kind of growing. I really enjoy that part of it a lot. So my hat's off to you, girl. I think you're doing real good.
Thank you. I have a lot of fun with it. It's so much fun to fly.
And I mean, even your editing is getting better too. I mean, what's the drone and your music and hey, I really enjoy your videos. I really do.
Well, I really appreciate that. You're too kind.
All right, now back to the van dwelling here a little bit. Do you do you think van dwellers get a bad rap?
Well, some of them do, but they probably earned it. Some people that live in their vans are not really on the up and up. I mean, there's going to be all kinds in every everywhere, but I think the van dwellers do get a bad rap because there are some that have earned it. Yeah.
Do you think they get a bad a different kind of how do I say uh oh man, what's the word I'm looking for? Do you think they get looked at different than regular RVers?
Well, it depends on. I mean, if you're trying to get into a really fancy RV park, then I've heard that there's a lot of snobbery there, but I've never tried that, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't think so. Just in normal situations, I think the urban boondocking thing. I think that's when they probably get looked down on more.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Chrome and Disco Van City Van Life?
I do. I love his van. I do watch him. Yes.
Yeah. He seems to be, I want to say, smart about it. He's like, you don't park in front of someone's house. I park here. Look, there's trees over here and this over here, and there's nothing. There's other cars around. I blend in. So he's kind of smart about it. Where others I see that are just like, hey, this is where I'm parking, and blah, and then they wonder why they get run off.
Right. Yeah, he is good at picking the spots for sure. I could learn from him.
Yeah, and he's relatively new to it too. This is really surprising. I started watching him maybe about 6 months ago, and come to find out he's only been doing it for like 8-9 months. I was like, wow, he's really new at this, and he's just blowing up and going crazy. He's really doing a good job. I enjoy his channel a lot too.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely has skills. Yeah, I do like his channel.
Now, do you ever have any problems or any apprehension or jitters being a single female out there when you're out traveling around by yourself and camping by yourself?
Well, a couple of times, yeah, I pulled in somewhere and just didn't feel right, and I've always trusted my instinct and just put it in drive and moved on to the next place. But I've really been very lucky, knock on wood. Never had any real problems anywhere I've been. So
the key is trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, get out of there.
right, and just pay attention. I mean, I'm pretty careful about where I choose, and I do pay attention to my surroundings. And then yeah, but I've been in places and I'm like, I don't know why I don't feel right here, but I'm moving on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a reason. You know yourself better than anyone. Yeah, I that's pretty cool. That's good advice for anybody, male or female. When you're by yourself, yeah, it's not too hard to be, overtaken by a couple people. But I noticed most of the places you go, I really never see you in like crowded places. Not very often anyway.
Right. I try and avoid people for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, and you, since you're, part-time, you still have your job and you have to get back to real life and responsibilities. You can't really travel too awfully far unless it's like a week or two vacation. Is that right?
Right. Exactly.
So do you find yourself frequenting the same places or?
Well, I do some, but with my exploring that I've been doing around here lately, I keep finding places I've never even heard of before that are within 2 hours from here. So it's really amazing how many cool camping places there are in North Texas and I guess southern Oklahoma. So yeah, I can explore quite a ways in a weekend.
That's really nice. I always wondered why more people don't do YouTube channels kind of like that. It's like I was talking to somebody, I think it was Bama Mike, and it's like, I'm here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I got Gettysburg on one side, Hershey on the other side. So when anybody comes around in this area, that's the two places they go. And we got so much cool little stuff around here that, only we know about, or care about maybe. I don't know. But it just seems like everybody goes to the same spots. And why doesn't people go out and just stop and say, like say they're in, I don't know, Tennessee or someplace and go, hey, yo, where do you guys eat barbecue at? Not the touristy place. Where do you go and eat barbecue at? And go do that. I always wondered why people don't do that. Just when you said, there's places 2 hours from you that you've never been. So how's touristy people going to get there?
Right. And something else I found is the less you pay for a campsite, the more room you get and the more solitude you get, and usually the better experience for me. So if I can find a free campground up here, nobody else is there usually. But if you go to the pay ones, they're just packed. And the more they cost, the smaller the spots, and the more people are there.
Yeah, I guess and when it comes to the actual campgrounds and campsites, people go there because they want all the amenities. They want the 50 amp hookups. They want the shower house. They want to be able to plug their cable in and all that good stuff. So I guess that's why they pay, and the pay ones fill up for all the people that, I guess the weekend warriors and the vacationers. That's what they're all about. Not like the full timers who I'm going to the desert and boondock for a month.
Right. I think a lot of RVers are retired people too, and they enjoy just hanging out in their house. And so a lot of times I don't even see people in those RV parks because they're all in their houses. So
yeah, that's true. That is true. That's, I guess, pretty much why I was looking into it. Is like, hey, I got time. My last kid just left. He's in New Zealand, so I won't see him. But it's like, man, why don't I go see while I can still see? And so, yeah, I can see why after you do your deed and put your time in and now it's your time for yourself, hey, let's just get out of here. So I can see a lot of retirees scooping up their money and going traveling and seeing things.
Yep, that's kind of my plan. Yep, once I can retire.
Now, when you travel around, do you prefer to be by yourself? Do you prefer to be in like a little small group or larger groups, or doesn't really matter to you? Depends on how you're feeling that day.
Well, I really do prefer to travel alone just because it's easier and I can do my own thing. But I like to meet up with groups in a destination for a couple of days too. That's fun. But yeah, I prefer to travel alone, really.
I get that. A lot of people say that it's just a hassle to, okay, there's four of us, all right, we're going to meet here at this time. There's always one of them that's late, and then, oh, we lost that one back there on the road. Now we're going to pull over and wait. A lot of people say it's a big hassle to travel together. So the meetup is the way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
So you are in your KISS room. So I take it you're a music fan in general. Do you enjoy music?
I do. Yeah, grew up in the 90s, did that whole 80s, 90s rock thing. So yeah, definitely love music.
Is that your genre of music you like, the rock stuff, or do you pretty much listen to just about anything?
No, I'm pretty much, yeah, rock stuff.
I hear you. I listen to just about anything. For some reason, I'm not a country fan. I could never get into country music. At least what they call country music now. I guess back in the day, the Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline stuff, that was country music to me. Now all this crossover stuff, I don't consider it country music, but that's just me. But I do like my 80s rock.
I grew up with my mom, Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash and all that, and So that is kind of stuck with me too. But yeah, I don't like the new stuff at all. And yeah, I'm pretty much, yeah, I still listen to classic rock on the radio.
Now, when when you have time to do things around where you live, do you ever just kind of like hang out like, I don't want to say like normal people, or do you usually spend most of your spare time out in the van, out camping?
Well, it's too hot here in the summer to camp, so I'm kind of homebound right now, I'm afraid. But in the winter, I just love to camp. So yeah, pretty much every single weekend I'm out. But yeah, I do just hang out. You know, I've got family here and stuff. Go hang out at my sister's pool, stuff like that. When we
There
have
you
gone out.
go. That's the way to do it. All right. All right. Well, I think that's all that I have for you.
Well, it's been fun, Blind Views. Thanks for doing this. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I thank you. I really appreciate it.
I think it's a great idea. It's a great series.
All right. So I got this little kind of like little question thing that I'm going to ask everyone at the end. And you're the first one. You're the guinea pig. Lucky you. So it's basically, all right, your favorite band or song, either which one.
Oh my gosh, that's too hard.
Isn't it
Um,
though?
yeah, I mean, I have to go with Kiss because I'm in the Kiss room, and yeah. But oh my gosh, yeah, I can't answer that.
That is a hard question. I agree.
It is really hard.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Yep, The Jerk.
The Jerk.
That's probably my favorite movie. Yes.
All right. I think I know the answer to this one, but beach or mountains?
Mountains.
I knew it. So I guess I kind of know the next one too. It's city or country.
Yeah, country. Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you could go anywhere on the planet, where would you go?
Um, well, okay, that's kind of part of what I do. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So, where I would go would be one very long road trip around this country, around America.
Okay, there you go. Now, this is a typical one, but I have to ask. If there was one person, dead or alive, that you could sit down and chat with, who and why?
Um, I guess it'd have to be my mom because, yeah, I miss her. Haven't seen her in a while.
Very good answer. I like that. All right. If there was one thing, anything you could change about yourself, what would it be?
About myself, the size of my bank account.
Yeah. No, personally, like me, I know it'd be my short fuse to my temper. I would change that.
Well, about myself. Yeah, probably just to be kinder to people and yeah, less judgmental, I suppose.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you are that way. That's ridiculous to me.
Well, I try not to be. I really do try not to be. But every now and then.
All right, if you were stuck and you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, forever, you can only eat one thing. I mean, it can be pizza, so that's a lot of things on it. But if you could only eat one thing, what would it be?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. All right, there you go. That's my silly questions for the end. Tells a little bit about the people, I think.
Yes, so, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I said you were the guinea pig.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Well, I would like to thank everybody for taking the time to come and watch us and hang out with me and Lola. I had a great time. I like her. I like her channel. And I think you guys will too. This is Blind Views and Lola. Thanks for watching, and that's the way we see it.
What we do here is go back.